Hello and welcome to what I hope will be the first of many plot update videos. It's currently May, so I'm just going to give you a quick tour of how the plot looks. So we're going to start with the legume bed. So in here at the moment I've got my broad beans. They're not looking the best. They seem to have gone a bit leggy, so I think next year I'm going to direct sow them. But that's how they look for now. In this section here I'm going to sow some petit pois and some bush beans. These are my dwarf pea plants and they're looking okay, but I'm a bit concerned about how yellow they are. I know it's been quite hot lately, so I think it's just signs of moisture stress, and I'm hoping that they'll green up and grow more vigorously soon. I've got more bush beans and tall peas planned for this space, and in this section here I'm going to have the mange too, and you can see at the back there, if I walk backwards a little bit so you can see, I've just started doing some pea sticks with twine across them, which should help support them as they grow. So this section here is all legumes, and I should think by the end of the weekend I'll have that planted up. Moving on to onions and roots. Everything in this section is planted up, so I've done alternating rows of onions with other crops, carrots and parsnips, because I read that helps to deter carrot fly. We'll see how that goes. Normally I don't bother to net my carrots because it's quite a lot of hassle. And the shallots on the end. They've all come up really nicely and they're looking really good. This bit here is garlic, and behind it you can just see the little chard shoots coming out. And I've got two more rows here, which you can just about see. The left is parsnips and the right is beetroot. This row here, where the row marker is meant to be calendula, but of all of the ones that I sowed, only 3 have so far come out. That may be because it's been too dry, we'll see. But the back there is last year's chard, and if we just go a little bit closer and have a look in there, you can see that it's starting to go to seed. So this tall bit here is a sure sign that that's going to bolt straight up. So I'll need to work on eating that fairly soon. In there behind it, that's my main crop potatoes. And this week I set up this little polytunnel, which is going to house some chilies. And this space I've left next to it because we have a variety of chili that allegedly grows outdoors. So that's going to go in there, and we're going to see how that goes. And then I've got my early potatoes. If I come around here you can see they're nice labels, which I've earthed up with the contents of the compost heap, because I needed to get rid of the contents of the compost heap. If I come around here and show you, this is actually a new one. There was, until this week, a large pink structure which is now over there in bits waiting to be burned, and all of the stuff that was in it. This is the remainder. I need to think of something to do with that. Don't mind this section at the back here. Yes, that's all weeds. I'll deal with it later. Don't look. And that's the raspberries. We did plant 2 sorts of raspberries here because raspberries are a particular favourite of Tom's, and you can see this section here have come out lovely. Those ones at the back, they've all rotted. So we had a summer and an autumn fruiting type. I can't remember which is which. I can go and have a look because I left the label on. And that says polka. So they all rotted, and these are Glen Ample, and they're doing okay. So that's all of this plot. This one behind me is currently my dumping ground while I sort things out and get them up to speed. My pink wheelbarrow. I recently put in this archway and built this little fence out of hazel twigs. My intention is that all the way up here the sweet peas are going to grow, the ranunculus are going to come out, and I'm going to interplant it with something. I'm thinking maybe gypsophila, just to bulk it out a little bit. I've got lots of plans for this section, but we can talk about those later. So back to this plot over here. This is the Brassica bed. So I've got a 4-year rotation. I've got legumes, onions and roots, potatoes and tomatoes and peppers. This is brassicas, and also any squash that I need to fit in. There's nothing in there at the moment. This bit under here has still got the weed fabric on, so I need to dig that over. And until today, this is where the bench was. Don't know if you spotted, but the bench is now at the back there, which is much nicer. Get a good long view. And all of this bit is dug over. There's rhubarb in the corner there. And all of these that I couldn't bear to dig up are volunteer plants, because this is where last year I had some chard and some parsnips, and I let them go to seed, and all of these guys popped up. So I'm going to wait until I absolutely have to use that space and then eat them. So that's it for now. Hopefully in a month's time I'll have a few more things in the ground.